Welcome back to Hornafrica Insight, your trusted source for deep, unbiased reporting from East Africa and beyond. Today, we're bringing you the latest updates from Ethiopia, Kenya, Egypt, and Eritrea, including new developments regarding Ethiopia's Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam as it announces its completion, and Egypt responds with strong objections. Let's unpack this complex issue all in just 5 minutes. Let's get started. On July 3rd, 2025, Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed addressed the Ethiopian parliament, proudly declaring that the GERD, a multi-billion-dollar mega dam on the Blue Nile, is now complete. He announced plans for its official inauguration in September 2025 and extended an invitation to downstream neighbors, Egypt and Sudan, to attend. Abiy emphasized that the GERD is not a threat, but a shared opportunity for the region, asserting that it won't reduce water flow to Egypt's Aswan Dam or harm its neighbors. He called for cooperation, mutual benefit, and peaceful dialogue, framing the dam as a symbol of Ethiopia's progress and regional development. However, Egypt has responded with sharp criticism. According to a report from AL-Ahram Online on July 3rd, 2025, Egypt's Minister of Water Resources, Hani Sowilem, firmly rejected Ethiopia's unilateral actions on the GERD, calling them a clear violation of international law. Speaking during a meeting with Egyptian ambassadors, Sowilem condemned Ethiopia's completion of the dam without a binding agreement with downstream countries, arguing that it disregards rules on the fair use of international waterways and the principle of avoiding harm to neighbors like Egypt and Sudan. Sowilem described Ethiopia's moves as attempts to impose water dominance rather than embracing partnership. He criticized Ethiopia's repeated calls for negotiations as superficial, pointing to over 13 years of stalled talks as evidence of Ethiopia's lack of genuine commitment. Egypt, he stressed, has consistently pushed for a legally binding agreement to protect the interests of all Nile Basin countries. But Ethiopia's actions, such as completing the dam's 5-stage filling and operating 2 turbines between 2020 and 2024, have undermined these efforts. Egypt's concerns are rooted in its reliance on the Nile, which provides 55.5 billion cubic meters of water annually, far less than the 1,600 billion cubic meters of rainfall in the Nile Basin or the 7,000 billion cubic meters across Nile Basin countries. Minister Sowilem highlighted Egypt's efforts to support African nations, including Nile Basin states, through water projects like rainwater harvesting, solar wells, and training programs. He emphasized Egypt's expertise in water management and its commitment to regional cooperation, contrasting this with Ethiopia's unilateral approach. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdelati, who was present at the meeting, reaffirmed that water security is Egypt's sole existential threat and that its historical Nile water rights are non-negotiable. The two ministries are working closely to address water scarcity and collaborate with international partners on sustainable solutions. However, with Ethiopia's inauguration plans moving forward, tensions remain high, and the prospect of a binding agreement seems distant. As the GERD's September inauguration approaches, the question remains: can Ethiopia, Egypt, and Sudan find a path to cooperation? Or will this vital waterway continue to be a source of conflict? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more balanced global news updates. On July 3rd, 2025, Ethiopian PM Abiy Ahmed took a bold stance in parliament, emphasizing peace with Eritrea while defending Ethiopia's right to Red Sea access. Ethiopia and its neighbors are interconnected. Neither exists in isolation, he said. Our pursuit of port access is rooted in peaceful negotiation and respect for sovereignty, not force. Abiy highlighted Ethiopia's large economy and growing population, vowing no confrontation with Eritrea or any neighbor, expecting the same in return. Yet, he warned, if our peace is threatened, Ethiopia has the strength to defend itself. This follows Ethiopia's Somaliland port deal, which Egypt opposes, linking it to GERD tensions. X posts buzz with speculation of Ethiopia eyeing Eritrea's coast, while Egypt's foreign minister, Abdelati, called non-coastal states' Red Sea bases a red line. Abiy's vision of shared progress clashes with regional fears of Ethiopia's rising power. Is this a call for unity or a veiled warning to Eritrea? Kenya's democracy is under fire as three activists, John Mulingwa Nsao, Mark Amiani, and Francis Mutunge Mwangi, were arrested for allegedly inciting violence during the June 25, 2025 Gen Z protest in Nairobi. Accused of organizing looters and fueling chaos over a new tax bill, the trio faced a Kibera court on July 2nd, 2025. Magistrate Marcia Kahuya freed them on case age 200,000 cash bail each, with the next hearing set for July 23rd. Per Nairobi Wire. The prosecution sought 21 days detention, but defense lawyers slammed the arrests as unlawful, lacking warrants. Ex-posts with hashtag FreeMutega3 claim the charges are trumped up to silence dissent against President Ruto's government. The protests, marking a year since 2024's deadly tax riots, saw violence and arrests nationwide. Is Ruto cracking down on free speech, or were these activists stoking anarchy? Kenya's youth are watching. That's your Horn Africa Insight. If you found this video informative, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more explosive updates. Leave a comment below. What story would you like us to cover next? Thanks for watching, and remember, stay informed, stay engaged.